Hello everyone, and welcome to Dungeon Defenders Redux Quest for Completion. This is just going to be a series where I try to complete Dungeon Defenders Redux to its fullest. That's why it's called the Quest for Completion. I'm going to be getting every Steam achievement that I can. I'm going to be getting every in-game achievement if there are more than the Steam achievements. I'm going to be completing every map that I can on Ascension Ruthless, this thing, so that we have completeness. Um, Yeah, so here are some of the rules for this. I'll be doing everything entirely solo. I won't be playing with other people at all because it's not fair. The whole idea of the series is that people can follow along with what I'm doing. Um, that's going to be the first thing. That's one of the first rule. And as a result of that, no trading with other players as well. So I'm not going to go into player shops. And I think that's it for the rules. Yeah, I won't be using any of the previous items that I had um, from my previous playthroughs, I guess, because this is a reset account that I have. I haven't fully reset it because I don't know how to. But yeah, so I won't be using anything else that I've gotten in the past, which is literally just this one item. This is the only item I kept from my previous playthroughs, and that's just because it's so good. Look at it. That's such a good secondary DPS stat item. And then I have these basic pets here. I guess I won't be using the medic and the heavy because they have upgrades on them. But like engineer still up for grabs, which is kind of nice. And we've gotten some other achievements here from the previous playthrough. We'll be getting all of these very, very easily and quickly, so don't worry about that. Yeah, so to start out with, I'm going to be following around the same pattern. Pattern? No, I'm going to be doing the same type of thing that I did for my speedrun of the game. Speedrun to Divine Crystal, I mean. So I'm just going to be doing my best to follow that route as much as I can, but I'm not going to fuss too much about it in case I fail somewhere here because we're not trying to speedrun the game. We're just trying to get some good progress. So yeah, in this first episode, the goal is to get to level 74, and that's basically it. So starting out, same as the other playthrough, we're going to go into this map, Buccaneer Bay. No, Pirate Invasion on Ascension Hardcore. As you can see here, the chests here give excuse me, I'd like to see this other item. They give items even if you haven't completed a wave yet, which is something they're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to be able to get any items until you've completed a wave. But they do, as you can see. So this is a bit of a bug. I don't think it's an exploit because I asked one of the people on the dev team about it. IDHC, he's one of the guys that worked on Redux. And they basically just said that it's something that they're too lazy to fix and it isn't worth fixing. So we're just gonna use it because why not? This sucks. But as you can see, the items that we get from here are mighty interesting. Some of them will be godly, some of them will be mythical, and some of them will be cursed or torn. A whole like range in between there, honestly. And that's basically what we're looking for. You suck, but we'll pick you up. We're looking for any kind of cursed or torn items that we can get our hands on, and what we're looking for in those items is tower damage. If it doesn't have tower damage, but it has some other stat that I want, I might still pick it up, but that's only a maybe. Now, as you saw earlier, I did pick up a armor piece that wasn't cursed or torn, as in, I can't use it at level 0. And the reason for that is because we're going to be able to use that item very, very soon. So there's no real reason not to pick it up, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I'm defending myself, but there's nothing that I have to defend myself against for. Um, but yeah, so we're just looking for any item that has tower damage on it. Ideally, we want it to be cursed or torn. This makes me sad. And we're also looking for cursed or torn weapons. Now, for the weapons, the same thing applies. If it has tower damage on it and it's usable, we'll pick it up. But the other thing we're looking for in the weapons is something that is going to deal good DPS. And as a secondary thing, it has to be cursed. Probably. It probably has to be cursed if it's going to be a weapon that we're going to use. So there we go. We got it. We got a weapon that we're going to be using. And that weapon there should be pretty good for DPS. This has got a lot of tower damage. That weapon that we got should be very good for DPS. Not amazing, but what we're going to do with that is we're going to get the projectile speed to not be absolutely miserable. Right now, the projectile speed on that is like more than negative 10,000. We're going to get that to not that. You know, we're going to get it to about negative 500 or higher or above that. I want to say below, but negative numbers make the brain kind of go funky. Because what we're going to be doing is after this first area, we're going to be going over to Dread Dungeon on Insane Hardcore, and we're going to do the first wave there like 2-3 times maybe, to get ourselves a bunch of XP. So let me recap everything, because maybe I didn't say everything super clearly. We're here to get any item that has tower damage on it and isn't mythical. We're looking for anything that is cursed or torn, so like, you know, these armors, because we can use them at level 0. If it isn't cursed or torn, but it still has like stats that we want, I'll still probably pick it up, because we'll be able to use it pretty soon. We're looking also for any weapon that is ideally cursed, but any weapon that can deal a lot of damage, so it has a lot of upgrades. And I think that's probably everything. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's everything. If I pick up something that doesn't really fit into the criteria that I've listed there, I will mention. I will say why I picked it up. So yeah, this is the first part of the game, the playthrough, and it's you are okay. It is literally just this map for about 10-15 minutes. Then Dread Dungeon first wave for a little bit of time. Oh, actually, that's got speed on it. That's nice. That'll speed us up, make it the looting here easier. What was I saying? Yeah, this place, Dread Dungeon, to get ourselves a few levels, and then from Dread Dungeon, we're going to go over to Tinker's Lab, and that's going to be how we get to level 74. Exact same route, really, as my speedrun world record stuff. Let me see some of that. Okay. But yeah, that's what we're going to go for. I will veer off from the speedrun path at some point, I think, because I do actually... Well, maybe I won't. I don't know. The thing is, the speedrun path is just really nice because it's really easy to do. It's a very solid path, is what I mean to say. You are usable. You are bad. As you can see, a lot of these cursed weapons, torn weapons, whatever you want to call it, items, not weapons, all of them, they really vary in item quality. Some of them will be very good, some of them will be not so very good. So it's kind of a 50-50. This drill thing reminds me, if we had gotten a DPS weapon that was a drill, we would have been very happy, because those are very, very, very high quality. Or no, not very, very high quality. Those are very, very good generally. But yeah, you can see like right here, has 108 upgrades on this cursed item. That's kind of crazy. But that's the kind of thing that we're looking for. I believe the thing that matters for the upgrade cost on an item is that it is cursed or torn or shining or whatever. You are interesting. I'm not gonna actually use that. I just want to see what the shot looks like. I think that's what it is. But in the past, I have gotten an item, the same item, but of 2 different qualities. During one of I think it was during one of the speedruns, and the cost to upgrade was identical in each, and it was low in each as well. Is the other thing. Like it was a cursed and a torn item. Same item, and the cost to upgrade didn't change between either of them. They only did have about 10 upgrades, but I think you should see a difference in those 10 upgrades. But I don't know. It was a little strange. Now, let's see. Some further explanation might be warranted. The reason I'm on an EV is because I want to get weapons, and I want to get weapons more than I want to get armors, kind of. Weapons really, really vary in quality. Where like some armors, generally a cursed or torn armor will have like 1 in any given stat. But weapons don't abide by that rule for the most part. A lot of the time, the weapon will have just like a bajillion in 1 stat. even though it's cursed or torn. And then when that happens, it's also usually true that the weapon doesn't have very many upgrades. But that doesn't matter because it has a huge amount in one stat. Now, armors can have the same thing. Again, only cursed or torn is what I'm talking about, but it's extremely rare. What generally needs to be true for an armor to be in the same situation of like having a bajillion in one stat is it needs to have negative 2 bajillion in another stat. Those are rough numbers and they're nowhere near accurate. It's just to convey the idea that if an armor is going to have very high in one stat, it's going to have very low in another stat. Probably. Cursed only. Cursed/torn only. This doesn't really apply for higher quality armors, as you've probably noticed by now. Yeah. And the weapon is for Dread Dungeon at least. The weapon is more important than the armor, kind of, because if you have a super good weapon, I want that. If you have a super good weapon, you can actually rely on that to get you through a Dread Dungeon. This is a weapon we can use. Okay, that's interesting. I like that weapon, by the way. The weapon that we just picked up, I really like that that type of weapon. So we might actually be using that. Oh crap, that got me off track. What was I saying? The weapon is more important? Yeah. So if we get a super good weapon, which we just not what we got wasn't a super good weapon, but it was an okay weapon. We can actually complete the whole of Dread Dungeon's first wave kind of just using that weapon only. I've never done it before, but based off of the first speedrun thing that I did for Divine Crystal, I know for a fact that using just that weapon that we had, we would have been able to complete it using only that weapon and no buildings. I'm not going to be doing that here. I'm going to be mixing the build. Oh, that's very nice. Great. We're kind of set up now, and I'm going to be mixing the building damage and the player damage a lot, but again, player damage kind of more important maybe. But the only goal it really is to hit 50, 50, 50, 50. Yes, 50. 50 tower damage. If you have 50 tower damage, you don't need a good weapon at all. At most you need an okay weapon. That's basically it. I mean, what level requirement are you? Godly, garbage. As long as you have about 50 tower damage, you can get through Dread Dungeon's first wave fairly, like, not I don't wanna say super easily, but you can get through it like with a fair amount of ease. Again, not gonna say extremely easily or anything, but it shouldn't be very hard. Yeah. Huntress weapons as well, I have found to be better than regular staffs. Yes, staff weapons, mage weapons. I don't know why. I think it's just they have less variables that you have to care about. But anyways, that's going to be it for the first little bit there. So now we're going to move on to the looking at weapons. So this thing here, I just wanted to see what it was like. What the hell? Wait, this is... Oh! Well, we don't want this. I didn't know that's how it worked. Some weapons only deal elemental damage. This one has another element on it, so it deals 2 types of elemental damage. Okay, so we can use either this or this. One of these two. Interestingly enough, this item, even though it's cursed, sells for a lot, which is pretty uncommon. And then this item, let me see something. So no matter what, we're going to want to get the projectile speed up. So 305 at 4 upgrades versus you 305. So these are the same quality of item. As you can see, godly items immediately start out with way higher. So I'm going to see... I like this weapon more, but it might not be better, is the only thing. I'm going to see something over here real quick. These gloves, no, we're going to have to wear one of these gloves. Oh, I don't know which one we should wear then. Fuck. And then these boots. Right now what I'm doing is I'm seeing if we're going to have enough stats to be able to do Tinker's first wave. So, okay. Which one of these items do I use is my next question. I feel like it's this one. For DPS. This was the alternative. No, it wasn't the alternative. Doesn't even have enough. Doesn't even have enough upgrades to get the projectile speed negative. Maybe I can have both equipped, but I'm only gonna upgrade one of them up really high. These gloves we're gonna max out in tower damage. We're gonna have very low tower damage going into it, but we'll have very nice weapons to kind of counteract that. So make sure you're on insane so that you have less negative damage. You don't have any negative damage. That right click was on accident. That wasn't intentional. 144. Honestly, I'm just gonna probably upgrade this. I know it has much lower starting damage. How much ammo does it get per upgrade? It doesn't really matter actually, because it's like it's got so much reload speed. And it's going to be shooting very fast as well. But as you can see, the cost per upgrade, I clicked off the screen somewhere, sorry, doesn't really increase by that much. And right now the projectiles are moving like very fast. Now all that's left is to get the damage on this to be higher. Oh wow, the damage per upgrade is low. Oh, okay. This kind of made the decision for us. I don't know why, but this weapon has very low damage per upgrade. Like if I upgraded it 50 times, it does it. Okay, 2900, but it starts out with 500 versus 2700. Okay, you know what? We'll upgrade this thing. If you hold down Alt or Control on your keyboard, it'll upgrade the weapon by a lot. So there we go, 50 upgrades, and we got it much higher. The cost to upgrade has increased by a lot as well, but let's just say that doesn't matter for now. It does, but it doesn't. Yeah, 3000 damage exactly. We're sitting pretty. I might just upgrade the flip ammo. What's the amount by? Upgrading anything right now is actually very expensive. As you can see, this gets 80 damage per upgrade now. I don't know how the low tier upgrading works, to be entirely honest. I should learn it, but I don't know it right now. I'll do that. Yeah, because that feels right. There. Now that has enough ammo. I have a good bit of mana left over, and I think what I'll do for that rest of the mana, I'm not sure. I'll probably just, you know what? I'll just upgrade the weapon damage even more, or maybe I'll upgrade the speed. Decisions. I'll upgrade the speed, and then I'll upgrade the rest of it into the weapon damage. As you can see, we can't get it up to full, but we got it up to a super high level anyways. So yeah, this will be a good enough weapon. This is what we're going to use. We have super low tower damage, or beam damage, which is going to suck, but we'll make it through. So yeah, so we're about 17, 18 minutes into the recording. Alright, I want to keep the recordings. Why are we shooting so much faster? We're shooting so much faster. What? I want to keep the recordings about an hour in length. I spelled that one wrong. That's the goal. Whether or not I will reach that goal, I'm not entirely sure of, but that's the goal. As long as we can somewhat adhere to that, I'll be happy. That's the recording length of the episode. You guys will see probably less than an hour's worth of footage. Well, no, you'll see the full hour. It's just I'll cut it down here and there. There won't be any skips in the editing. In the gameplay, it'll just be sped up gameplay. But yeah, for that reason, I will try to record about an hour's worth of gameplay per episode. But then you guys will see probably less than that because I've cut down a lot of the boring parts. So like when we get into the Tinker's Lab. When we do the first wave of Tinker's Lab, you might see me like, you know, the first time I'm going through the map, regular speed, but subsequent attempts, go-throughs of the map will probably be sped up unless I have something important to say. Same thing kind of applies with this. I don't think I'm going to do any editing of the pirate invasion section, just because I felt like I got a lot of important information in there, but I might. I don't know. I guess you'll know by the time that you're at this point in the video. But yeah, our goal right now, just to finish the map once. Once we finish the map a single time, we'll be kind of set to go. But we got to get there first. Now we build very slowly. but it's going to be very important for us to get those buildings up because, sorry, okay, not too much more speaking. We're going to focus a lot more on the playing the game. So I apologize, but the commentary will sort of die off for a second. They've already hit our crystal, which is kind of sad, which means that we get less XP. If you don't get your histile crit, if you don't get your crystal hit, you get a 1.3 times XP bonus, which would be nice to have, but we're not going to get it right now. But we can live. We'll live. I would still rather our crystal doesn't get hit, though, to be entirely honest. Although it looks like it's kind of unavoidable. If we had a super, super good weapon, like the, what was I going to say? Like the laser pistol with high stats, we would be very, very happy, but we don't. We just have what we have right now. As you can see, they hit our crystal a lot, which kind of sucks, but we survived. So, yeah. Boom, 170,000 XP. If you don't get your crystal hit, you get 200 and something thousand XP. But now, we have a bunch of stat points to put somewhere. I should not have put all of them into beam damage. Oh well. And now, what we're going to do is... yeah, you're good. No, you're not that good, actually. I forgot, our speed is going to be dirt low. I'm going to look around in these chests for a little bit. When I say a little bit, I really do mean a little bit. We're not going to look around in these very much. But we're just going to be looking around for a moment to see if there's anything useful we can get. That has castrate. I'll pick that up. I also don't think I have anything else. We shouldn't be looking through these chests. I think I already said that, but I'm going to because I'm greedy. If we get a godly item, I can show you, but the godly items that we get now versus what we got on Pirate Invasion are really, really different. These ones will have way more spread out stats, and the overall stats will be generally lower. Like, look at that one. Whereas on Pirate Invasion, they're all really, really centralized into one stat. But anyways, press G, get the mana. There we go, and then we restart the level. That's also part of the rules. So anything I got before, so I got some completions on maps, meaning I can go into survival on them. That kind of a thing, I won't be going into survival, into those maps, until I've finished the maps regularly. Because it's kind of unfair. And I won't be going into a later wave in survival until I've gotten up to that wave. Such and such. And there we go. That time our crystal didn't get hit, so we got a lot of XP. And there we go. 220 something thousand. Okay. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna upgrade our, probably just even more into this, frankly speaking. Yeah, because we want to have that super, super high. Well, it looks like we're not level 70, 34 yet. We would have been 34 if we hadn't messed up that first time. So, I'll tell you what. That's actually pretty good. That's a good helmet. I like that. We'll go through this again. Just like last time, our crystal probably won't get hit. We could do the second wave of this, theoretically. I don't think we can, frankly speaking. But we could try. We don't have enough HP in our towers right now. I also don't build fast enough. So maybe we might have some issues. Also, these wyverns, huge, high-tier dickheads. I hate these guys. They are the worst. Also, these fucking mages are so annoying. They just keep healing everything. And it's like, why? Were you born to be this fucking annoying? Please don't kill me. A single hit from this ogre will mean death for me. So I'd like to keep that to a minimum. As you can see, he's not actually hitting the wall there. That's because he's stupid. He's got dumb AI. So he won't hit that wall because the thing that he's trying to kill, which is me, is beyond that wall. Now, if you... What? You went through here? If you don't want to go through this, you know, doing the second wave like I am, it's perfectly fine. you can just go back and do the first wave. But I did the second wave, kind of just testing it out. I didn't think I would be able to do this, but we take those. We take the wins when we can get them. And there we go. Even more XP that wave than before. I don't know how much we got exactly. A lot more. Let's see. Is there any items on the ground worth picking up? Odds are no, so I'm just going to stop looking at them. So next up is going to be, we're going to upgrade our cast rate a bunch, and then our tower HP. So we're going to be replacing our gloves right now. And we're going to be replacing them with these HP gloves. And the reason we're not placing them with the reason we are not replacing them with the damage gloves is because we also want a good amount of tower HP. The ideal goal is to have about 50 tower HP and 200 tower damage. If you can hit that, you'll kind of be set. Now, I picked up this weapon here because our other weapon is completely useless and we don't care about player damage anymore. So I'm gonna do this, sell all the items, auto sell all the items, and then we're gonna go, and now we're gonna start leveling our characters. Oh, wrong button. We're gonna get our characters to level 74 now. All of them? Maybe all of them. I'm not sure. We'll try and get a bunch of our characters to 74. No promises on getting all of them there, though. So, we have 0 player speed, which sucks, but we can summon things fast. But since we have no player speed, going through and placing the buildings in Tinker's Lab will be very difficult, but we'll survive. So this build that I'm using, it is Chiku's build, modified in certain areas because I found that his build was great, but in certain parts of the build just really need to be improved because I don't think he generally does it with 4 players using an EV. I think he does an EV with a single player. But yeah, we're gonna max out the DU on most everything we build because if it has more DU or if it uses more DU, the more DU it uses, the more HP it has. If these shock beams have about 7 HP, you'll be fine with about 150-ish attack, 7-ish HP, maybe 8. You'll be fine. But if they have less than that, if they have 6 HP, you're gonna have to really struggle. I would say if you can get like 100 in each, 100 tower damage and 100 tower HP, you can complete this really, really easily. You want more tower damage than HP, but you absolutely, definitely want at least like 50, 40, 30-ish tower HP. No matter what. I think the bare minimum amount of charges is about 7 or 6. Because, and what happens there is that your shock beams will activate on a single goblin, right? But a single goblin doesn't have as much HP as an orc, and it might only kill that one enemy. So having that extra HP on it means that even if it activates on that one goblin and is effectively like not worthless, but not that valuable as a shock, it'll still be it'll make up for that because of the fact that it has a lot more goes with it. A lot more shocks left. Many more shocks left. Sorry, brain is a little bit on the fritz right now. But something I should mention right now is that even if you have 0 in each, I think so. Even if you have 0 in both player speed and player cast rate, you can still finish this. I might have deleted it. I don't think I did. I think I might still have it. No, I probably deleted it. But there was a previous playthrough that I had, I think during a speedrun, where I had 0 in both, but I was just barely able to build everything in time so that we could go through the wave. As you can see, these shock beams deal 40,000 damage a hit. The highest health enemies we're going to have to deal with here are the orcs. And they'll have, I don't know how much HP, but you'll see. Something to note is that enemies can go through this path right here. through this tractor path, but they only do that from what I've noticed. If you are on a multiple players, and it's almost always just a single orc that does that. But just in case, I'll place down a quick 4DU, one of these here. When you are doing it with several players, you don't want a 4DU one there. You want a 6DU because it's going to get shocked once, and then it's going to get shocked twice. Unless you just have the, Chad energy tower damage to be able to not care. I don't. But if you do have that much, tower damage, don't worry about it, I guess. So the reason that I built those two shock beams down here is because this guy right here, he always does this. They always go through this route, and it's really annoying whenever they do. And where's the last enemy? Am I high? Oh, it's an archer over here. Interesting. Archers tend not to get stuck, so I'm surprised that there is one right here. Hello? Bullets? There we go. You don't really need a good weapon there, but as you can see, we got a fuck ton of XP. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put about that much of it there, and then the rest of it we're honestly just gonna put into there. And then we want to get player speed, so we'll swap out our weapon eventually. Actually, we shall swap out our weapon right now. For this one. I'll keep this one just because it was there for us in our time of need. So now we're gonna go around and just get some of the items that are in these chests. We're just gonna look for anything that's good, and what's good is just something that has a lot of just stats, I guess. I don't know. Quad tower stats is what we're looking for. EV doesn't really care about range, but you still want to have a good amount of range. I would say once we have about 600-ish range, we'll be happy on the EV. Both of these suck. What's nice though is that even though those things suck, well, we are traveling at incredibly slow pace. Even though both of those items suck, we're still generally fine because they'll sell for a good amount of money, and that's kind of the brilliance of this. I don't know if I care about that item. I should have picked that one up now that I think about it, but whatever. Something I should mention about armors for new players in case you're watching, which you might probably aren't, but maybe you are. This is literally just like a way to skip through many hours of progression and just go straight to the juicy bits. The thing I should mention about armors is that if you have 4 armors of matching type, so like 4 leather armors, right, or whatever's, as long as they're not cursed, they'll match. Except if you have mythical armors, any item that is mythical will not match with another item that isn't mythical. So if you can have 4, we'll press G here. Let's see how much mana we get. 4 million. That's nice. So you can have 4 items that are leather, right? The whole set. But if even one of those is, say, like, let's say 3 of them are mythical, one of them is godly or epic or whatever, they will no longer be counted as a matching set. Don't know if it's a bug, don't know what it's about, don't like it. And it only applies for whenever items are below mythical. You can match a mythical with any quality above it, as far as I'm aware. So it's kind of one-sided there, which really does suck. But I don't know. You don't really want to be using any godly items with your mythicals to begin with, just because the difference in quality of item is just so vast. But yeah. So that first run, I completed. The second run, I will be doing with 4 characters. So I'll include both of these as full-fledged runs. And after these 2 runs, what I will probably do is, for you guys, I will go in and speed up the footage of the game, except for the parts where I'm like picking up items or something like interesting happens, because we're gonna be here for a little while. Um, this is the part that's different between mine and Chiku's build, by the way. Here, I place these in a bit of a different formation than he does. That's just because I've noticed enemies getting stuck in those two different areas. Yeah. And then over here is also a little different. I kind of mess around with where the shock beams are and how they're placed a good bit here, but I try to place it like, as close there as that, and then one right there like that, because what happens is that goblins will get through to that point right there, and they won't be shocked by the other beam because they're too close. I think that's about all the differences between mine and Chiku's build. But I do have to give Chiku a bunch of props. I really would not have known how to do any of this without him. He's an extremely, extremely knowledgeable and helpful guy when it comes to dungeon defenders. Um, Without him, I probably wouldn't be making this series. Honestly, like there's a Dungeon Defenders Discord. There's two of them actually. One for like any Dungeon Defenders game, one for DDRNG, which is just Dungeon Defenders 1. Um, at him if you have a question, like a good question, and he'll probably answer you because he tends to be online and he knows all. He's very well known and knows a lot about the game. So now here's the reason why I am not cutting this part down or speeding this part up. We're going to be doing this section with all four of our players up. Let me move. Oh, let me move my main character somewhere. So what we're going to do here is on our character that we really want to level up quickly, which is going to be our monk here. We're going to hit some enemies here real quick, and that'll get us this bonus called Only Weapons Used, which is a 1.3 times XP multiplier. And that's really nice. Like the XP multiplier is why do they do poison damage to everything? Um, yeah, it's very nice to have that on your item. On your item, it's very nice to have that because it means we get a lot more XP. I'll place this like that. Okay. As you can see, oh crap, that sucks. Damn. I can't believe that the archer there. And we got killed. We should be fine. That's surprising. I wasn't paying attention. I should have paid attention there. We'll survive. It'll just mean that the run's a bit slower. I guess I should have placed this wall a bit farther forward, or maybe a bit right here. I think he shot through this crack in the wall right here and killed the crystal, or hit the crystal like that. Now we lose the 1.3 times XP bonus for no core damage, which is gonna kind of suck. But we'll live. Nerd. Yeah, you can see the XP difference between our monk, say, for example, and every one of our other characters here. So we're getting a lot less on the other characters, is what I mean to say. But regardless, I think we get about 3.5 million on the monk. We're gonna level up again. I'm gonna put some points in the speed because thank fuck I have a something that doesn't give me negative 60 speed on it. You are bad. Actually, no, that's good for auras. And then this looting section, yeah, you know what? I'll include this one. This is part of the second one, second run. In case you're wondering, the emulator that I'm using is the built-in Dungeon Defenders Redux emulator. It's just something that's in the game automatically. It's really, really nice. I like the emulator. Do we have two good weapons? We have two okay weapons. I think I'm going to go and keep trying to get weapons for this class until we get something even better than we currently have. I don't remember what I was saying before, to be honest. I completely forgot. Are you good enough for me to stop my weapon hunt? No. It will have you sold automatically. Yeah, I'll include this part. So what we're looking for, anything that's good for DPS in terms of armor, we'll be keeping. So that sucks. So something that has like both player damage and HP, and then ideally some of the abilities, like ability 1 or ability 2, we'll be keeping. For armors, that's for DPS armors. For tower armors, we're looking for something that just has all 4 stats, which is pretty common because of the fact that we are on Tinker's Lab, and Tinker's Lab was a very, very nice map to get those kinds of things on. I think this is the last chest that we have here. Yeah. I'll pick you up, I guess. So that's gonna be all 4 of our all 2 of our weapons for our EV. We won't have to worry about that. Now, you know what? I'll explain once we go onto the monk. But for now, the gameplay will be sped up until we get to loot. I'll show you guys what I pick up in terms of loot, anything important that happens, yada yada yada. But yeah. So fast forwarding begins right now. Okay. Right now I'm swapping over to the monk because we have gotten both of our primary weapons we're going to use on our EV for stats. So now we want a weapon that we're going to use for our monk for stats. These boots are good for ability 2 and basically just DPS in general, so we're going to pick those up. As you can see, you get a bunch of XP on your 1.3 times weapon XP, weapon XP, 1.3 times XP bonus character. I explained that very badly, but what I mean to say is that this character will get more XP per wave than our builder will, and he'll catch up to the builder very quickly. Now, since our builder died earlier, he'll be catching up a bit faster than you normally would have that happen, but whatever. So yeah, we're on him because we're looking for a weapon that he'll be using. With all that said, we haven't gotten a weapon, so currently little failure. This weapon absolutely sucks. Okay. But yeah, for a while you might see me on this monk picking up items, or picking up going to chests. And once we get a good weapon, by good weapon I mean like just good stats, we'll stop. Anyways, though, we're gonna go back to the EV, level it up one more time. Let's put it into more speed, and then we'll yeah, press G, and the speeding up of the gameplay resumes once again. Okay, that's it. That's a good enough weapon. We're gonna upgrade that weapon probably with projectile damage and stuff like that as well, a little bit, but that's good. Good. We have all 4 stats we want there. We're gonna upgrade it in projectile damage because we're gonna be doing a little bit of mixed tower and builder shenanigans with this monk. But yeah, from now on, we're not going to be on the monk or the EV anymore because we don't want any more weapons. We're going to be on the summoner. And for that cause, I'm going to quickly go on the summoner and increase his speed to a bajillion. There we go. As you can see, we have both of our weapons, probably these two, that we're going to be using for our EV. I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. We have our one weapon for the other character. And yeah, to give an update here, 9 million XP. He only needs about 18 million to get to level 74. So we're not that far off. Anyways, though, back to sped up gameplay. Okay. Okay. As you can see, we are on Summoner. As a update, 13 million XP. He's got about 2 more of this map to go before he's good leveled. So we're on Summoner, because if you're on Summoner, you can't get any weapon drops, which means that you only get armor drops. And now that we have, oh, that sucks. Now that we have both of our weapons, well, all 3 of them, I guess, both of our characters have all the weapons they need, we're going to be only needing armors, so any weapon drops will be completely worthless. It has pure damage, but it doesn't have any HP. If I was doing the speedrun to Divine Crystal, I would probably pick that up, just because of the fact that we don't care about any HP on that. That's good. Right now, I am concerned with a few things. One of the main ones is I do really, really want to get 2 matching sets. That's nice. Of gear. I really do want to get 2 matching sets of gear. So like a bunch of mythical plate or mythical chain, armors. I need as many matching sets as I can. I only need 2 or 3 matching sets, to rephrase. But I would like more. I should probably. Nah, I don't want to pick that up. But yeah, if we can't get a matching set, it'll kind of suck, but we'll survive. Anyways, though, back to sped up gameplay. Okay. Well, that really sucks. One of the crystals got hit because I didn't make the wall long enough, I think. We got less XP for that round, for that go around, which really does suck. I did definitely, I want that, not want that to happen, but we'll live. There was something else I wanted to say, but I don't really remember what it was. I guess for now, we're just gonna continue doing a bit of loot. Actually, you know what? Maybe I don't speed up the looting parts. I can speed up the gameplay parts, but the looting parts, I feel like there's no reason to speed up, because I feel like I'm mentioning stuff that's worth mentioning. What I was thinking of just a moment ago was we're probably going to be doing medium hardcore of Town in the Cliffs, which is a bit of a iffy thing because we don't get a very good weapon from that, but we can get divine crystals, and divine crystals can get us some really good weapons, or not weapons, items. Although they're going to give us mostly non-mythical items, a little bit higher tier than that, but whatever. Push comes to shove, we can just farm until we can do it on Insane, the Town in the Cliffs. Anyways, speed up begins once again. What? Okay. Well, as you saw there, I think I slowed down the footage. I don't have any audio probably, but that's just because I was watching something. It's a good DPS piece. Um, One of the orcs, that's the first time I've seen that. One of the orcs got through and started beating the fuck out of the crystal, which is new. I've not seen that happen before. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen. But I also built the wall there a little too far, so I think the enemies got stuck in a bad place. The thing is, whilst I'm showing you guys what I'm doing, I'm also myself. I myself am also playing around and testing out new things here and there, trying to build walls, little like different lengths, shock beams in different places, such and such. So, I mean, you don't really need to, I guess, but I'm just trying to get like an exact build. that'll really, really be good for doing this. But honestly, like, if you don't mess around when you just stick with that like first build that I did, um, you'll just you'll be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Just gonna have to those are also nice. Mess around a little bit more here and there. But for now, what's the time on the recording? An hour and 10 minutes. Okay. Well, I spent a few minutes expositioning. We currently have a character who's level 74 now. I don't believe our EV is 74. I don't think they're going to get to 74. But our monk is now level 74, which is really, really nice. As you can see, we've gotten 37 million mana, and that's not including the stuff that we're probably going to sell in a moment. But not in a moment, in a little bit. Also, these things, I'm not going to buy anything from the shop until I've completed a wave, so don't worry about that. But anyways, yeah, so we're not going to level this character up to 73 yet. What we're going to do is we're going to get the XP bonus because it's about 470,000 XP. Then once we level it up to 73, we can get another XP bonus, which is that much. Now, sadly, we didn't get it to 78. Or not 78, 74. We really should have. We definitely should have gotten to 74. But because of the fact that I kind of messed up and the crystal was hit twice, it didn't. With all that said, though, our monk here did get to 73, almost 74. He's extremely close to 74. Give me a second. As you can see, that's the XP. Give him one of these, and boom, he's 74. There we go. In about an hour, yeah. We've gotten to level 74 on one of our characters. We can start equipping items on it. I'll probably start equipping any of the items that are mainly aura based. But before I do that, what I should have didn't do, is look at the gear that we have. So we have a mythical hat, gloves, and 2 sets of boots. We only have 1 hat though. That sucks. We have mythical mail chest plate, helmet, gloves, but we don't have any boots. We don't have any plate helmets, but we have a chest plate, gloves. We don't have any boots. We have pristine gloves and boots, but we don't have a chest plate. So here's what it's looking like. Oh, that sucks as well. But our main character, aka our EV, which is what we're going to call the main character for now, they are going to be wearing. Do I have the full set on? Yeah, I have the full set on, I think. Oh no, I don't have a chest plate. Wait, I don't have any matching sets. Okay, well, since we don't have a matching set, what I'll do, I'll extend the episode length a little longer. We don't have a matching set, so I'm actually going to go onto my EV and quickly level it up one more time. We'll probably level up these guys as well at some point, but in doing this, in doing one more go at Tinker's Lab, we're also going to be getting a little more XP for our other characters, and we'll be hopefully, really hopefully getting some more items for those other characters. It does high tier suck that we didn't get any any matching sets, but that's just how it is, I suppose. We don't really need them for now, but we do definitely want them for the future. The thing is, um, we'll survive. We will survive, but I would rather. I don't know. I'm thinking of what to do right now. We'll be fine. I mean, like, it's you know, run the game. The playthrough isn't over. You know, nothing really that bad has happened. It's just um, we got a bit unlucky here and there, so we'll have to mess around a little bit to get our characters in the right spots. But for now, here's what I'll say. We'll be doing this. So this is the last thing that you're gonna see in this episode. It's gonna be this, then me equipping some gear, and then this episode will end. What'll happen is that in the next episode, we'll start out by going to a town in the cliffs and getting on medium hardcore and getting ourselves a genie scimitar. After that, we'll um after that we'll go over to, yeah, we'll go straight, probably, yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking a lot. We'll go straight over to Tinker's Lab on, not Tinker's Lab, Lab Assault on Insane Hardcore. I think. And then just get a bunch of mana and some other items whilst there. Either that or we'll go get a genie. I'm not sure. I don't know at the moment. I don't know if a genie actually works on Tinker's Lab. Things have changed a little bit. I know it works on other maps, but I don't know if it works on Tinker's Lab. So we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, it really does suck that we didn't get any matching sets. If we might even just do Tinker's Lab on easy hardcore, because that'll get us a guaranteed set of mythical armors that are leather, probably leather. Um, and that's just a little something funky if you didn't know about it. Easy gets you like a lot more leather armors, and it gets you a lot more leather armor. Yeah. Mainly it's just that on easy you get matching armors. Like the difficulty, each difficulty has their own like preferred armor that the map's gonna give you when it comes to Lab Assault, I think. So on easy, it's leather. You'll get a shit ton of leather items, leather armor. If you're on easy, on medium, I have no idea honestly. For the rest of them, I don't really know. All I know is that on easy, it's leather, and the higher difficulty you go to, the more variety in armors you're gonna get, which is both good. What the fuck hit you? Maybe that wall isn't far enough forward. That's really bothering me. That's really upsetting. What hit you? I think this wall is supposed to be like right here, like this type of a wall. Damn, that really upsets me. That shouldn't be happening at all. Just done a little something. That'll speed up the two orcs by a fraction of a second at least, but damn, that's really, really annoying. Why didn't you die? And why did it do poison damage? Well, whatever. We got through it. Really does suck that we get so much less XP. When you can look at our monk, he gets 3.5 million. Now he's only getting 3 million. What a travesty. But now we can equip items. So here's what we're looking for. Mail? No, leather chestplate. Mail boots. Plate boots also. I'll pick that up. Honestly, I'll probably just pick up like every type of armor, because as long as, even if it's like not very good, the boost that we get from a matching armor set, increasing all of our other stats, we already have one of you, but we'll pick it up, might just be enough to outweigh the fact that we don't have very many stats from that one piece of gear. Again, I'll just be picking up whatever, unless it's absolutely atrocious. I'll be picking it up for now. This is another thing, like, if I was just on my, you have to be good. You are okay. You are mainly a DPS item. If I had just been on my summoner the whole time, or at least if I had stopped trying to get armors on my EV faster, same with my monk, we would have been in a better position. We would have had more armors. Is there anything on the ground that can sell? No, there wasn't. I picked up every item that dropped. We'd have more matching sets, or any, actually, but oh well. Oh well. But yeah, now we can go on our EV, and I think we now have a matching set, even though it's not very good. Oh wait, do we have a pristine matching set? We might. I think we do. Well, you are bad though. Yeah, okay. And then we don't have a plate helmet. Right. We don't have a plate helmet. We have plate boots. We don't have chain boots either. And then we don't have mail boots as well. A lot of things we're missing. Whatever. We'll survive. Let's just get ourselves a set of items. For context, these are the stats before. And now, here's what I'll do. I will drop onto the ground you, not you, you and you. Actually, I won't drop you either, because that's something we don't want. Also you know what? Thing is, the reason I'm dropping these on the ground is because this is like, I like to know what weapon got us here, you know? That's the weapon. We will look back at that and be thankful. We lock all, so I'm not stupid. So anyways, let's get ourselves a bit of you, 112 attack, 57 rate, and then it's got, I don't know, I think it's more worth it to do that. Yeah, I feel like what I have is better. But anyways, we have a full pristine set. This chest plate, wow, this chest plate really sucks. But whatever. What's the best pristine boots we have? You. This is absolutely atrocious for towers. So let's get ourselves a pristine set of armor. Pristine. That's how you say it, right? Not Preinstein. Weren't there gloves that? Um, you don't give us any rate. 122 range, 50 attack, 90 HP, 90 HP, 50 attack, 122 range. As long as we have about 500 range, I'll be pretty happy, to be honest. Yeah, we've got some. We could also alternatively have this set, but yeah. Now we get our choice of helmet. Oh, just to prove something. Oh wait, chest piece. Sorry, there we go. Just to prove something here, we have all pristine, but they're not all the same type, so they don't match. So do we wear you or do we wear you? It's actually kind of a hard choice. Is it? A little bit. Yeah, it is a little bit of a hard choice, but now we've chosen. So these are the stats afterwards. Definitely not as high as I'd want them to be, but yeah. Why do we have so much hero speed? Well, we can increase one of these stats by a lot because we have a bunch of hero points lying around here and here. Alternatively, one thing I will be checking out right here real quick is, remember, these are the stats: 750, 710, 270, 450, 773, 4.5. 773, 4.5. Okay. I'm saying those numbers because I'm swapping to the mythical set that we have, just to see if it's any better. Is that it for the gloves? That's better gloves. And then you are the best mythical boots that we have. 7, 7. Okay, this is a better set. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so we'll be using this set on our EV. That's how much higher the stats are. We're an hour and 20 into the recordings. Into the recording. And then as far as this guy goes, we'll be using a full pristine set, probably something that gives me range. So you also give me range. That's nice, at least. I can't use this because it doesn't give me range. And then boots, I'll probably use you. So these are his stats. We're going to respec here real quick, actually. So you'll get to see what the stats are going to actually be like. Well, that tower boost being 0 kind of sucks, but we'll live. I'll put some more stats to this. So this is going to be his stats. Go over to our EV. These are the EV stats. We'll put 1, 2, and we'll put 50, 65, no, 55 into this. There we go. And more into rate. 50, 25 into rate, and then there we go. There we go. These are the stats. End of episode 1. We've gotten character 74. But yeah, that's it. That's episode 1 of Quest for Completion. Thank you guys for watching.